So all this week I'm going to be taking a look at some offerings from Middle Eastern brand Ajmal, and today is the turn of this quirky looking fella. This is called SHADOW NOIR, and judging from the bottle design I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get from this one today, but to find out what my first impressions of it are and whether it's worth picking up for yourself, stay tuned to this episode of Mags Frags. Yes, hello again and welcome to this latest episode of Mags Frags, where it's the fragrance that's the star of the show. My name's Paul and today's scent of the day is SHADOW NOIR by Ajmal, which is just one of many shadow flankers that I'll also be bringing you in future episodes. But this one, however, is a floral woody musk fragrance that comes in an eau de parfum concentration. This 75ml bottle size is priced at around £35 here in the UK, but if you don't mind waiting a few days for it to arrive, you can also pick it up from the Fragrance X website for just over £23, which I think is way better value. Okay, so into the presentation, and the box looks pretty cool in this dark purple to silver metallic colourway, and you get like a cracked glass or an icy looking textured pattern that runs all the way around it. On the front is the name of the fragrance, and then down below there's the name of the house and also the size and the concentration. At the top there's a small Ajmal logo, and then around the back is all your product information. Underneath is where you'll locate the barcode and also the batch code, and the batch code on this particular one is 7867066A. The bottle comes in a really attractive looking round glass design, but with this one you get the purple to chrome gradient, and this time it is an opaque finish so you can't actually see the level of the juice inside. On the front is again the name of the fragrance and the house printed in white. Then, as with all the shadow flankers, Ajmal usually includes something in this little clear window at the top, just to indicate what the fragrance is going to be about, whether it be seashells in a summer scent, or even real ingredients like this one. But this particular one gets lots of tiny little plastic gemstones that remind me of crushed ice or small diamonds. So maybe this one either smells like a very expensive fragrance or one that's just cool and crisp, or even both, who knows. But you get a chromatomizer that delivers a really nice decent spray of juice, and the quality overall of this feels really well made, and it's just really well thought out. But I'm not feeling the design of this one quite as much as the one that I spoke about yesterday. Okay, so into the note breakdown, and the top notes in this one are lavender and nectarine. In the heart, we've got Brazilian rosewood, patchouli and orchid base. And the base notes in this one are ambergris and musk. Okay, so this one opens up nice and bright with a really clean, airy freshness about it. The lavender is fairly prominent, but it doesn't dominate the opening, whilst the nectarine brings a nice juicy freshness and also a hint of sweetness, and it starts out really uplifting with a nice crisp summery feel to it. As it starts to dry down, you get a combination of the heart and base notes that kind of just come through, so you will pick up on a little bit of woodiness from the rosewood note, although I do struggle to pick out any of the patchouli that's listed in this one. What I do get for the most part is plenty of the ambergris, which is a slightly salty, slightly sour accord, and also some of the musk from the base. And to my nose, it smells like a retro gentleman's fragrance from back in the 1980s or the 90s. I'm not quite sure what it is a clone of, or if it is a clone of a particular fragrance, but I am getting a definite classic old school vibe from it, which is reminding me of something like Jazz by Yves Saint Laurent, or something in that ballpark that's really clean and bright, and also very pungent and aromatic. It's a clean but masculine smell in my opinion, and I have seen this listed on a couple of websites as a woman's fragrance, but for me it leans way more masculine, and the women that I've let smell this one have also said the same thing. It does smell unique to anything that I currently have in my collection, but like I say, it does have a bit of an old-fashioned type of scent profile that kind of makes me think of the guy in the 1980s with his shirt open and a big hairy chest hanging out. However, having said that, if you are a younger guy that wasn't around in these times and don't have those visual references to influence your thinking, then this is a decent smelling scent that'll be very unique to anything else that you've currently got set in your collection. Yeah, so this is a fairly versatile fragrance, but it does have more of a loud and playful scent profile that I think could be best suited to a lively, rowdy night out on the town, and I'm struggling to get that 80s disco scenario out of my brain. This says party time to me, and it's not one that I'd recommend as a work scent or one to wear casually as a grab and go daily driver, because it is a little bit in your face and it's got one of those kind of really aggressive scent profiles. It will grab people's attention, and it is the kind of scent that women enjoy smelling on a man, and I'd say it's a little bit like an older retro version of Dior Sauvage, which again is one I'd be more inclined to wear as a night out or a clubbing scent. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not quite sure what to make of the performance of this one. From the initial spray, and for the first maybe half an hour to an hour or so, it's extremely loud, and I'd describe it as a total room filler. But after that, I don't know if I go a little bit nose blind to it, or whether it's just one of those fragrances that fades away into oblivion quite quickly. But like I say, after about the first hour, I just can't seem to catch a waft of it anymore. I have only worn it a couple of times, and I haven't been outside to see if it gets any attention, but this type of scent profile usually lasts for hours on me, and I never seem to stop getting wafts of it, so it is a little bit odd that this one had faded away so quickly. It'd be unfair to dismiss this one at this point as a weak fragrance, but like I say, that's just my experience that I've had with it so far. Maybe I could go out today and get a compliment 4 hours after first applying it, but like I say, at the moment I'm either going nose blind to it or it is fading away after an hour or so. Okay, so in summary, I'd say that this is a scent that's going to divide opinions for sure, depending on how old you are. If you're an old crank like me, then you're probably going to either love it because it brings back a bit of nostalgia, or you're going to think it's outdated and old-fashioned smelling because you have got that classic 80s reference point to look back on. If you're a younger guy, it'd be quite quirky and interesting, and it'll definitely set you apart from anyone else in your circle of friends, and it'll be something a bit more unique and interesting that you'll currently find on the high street. But for me personally, it gets a 7 out of 10, and although I will wear it on the odd occasion, it's not really one that blows me away, if I'm honest. Okay, so that's about it for this latest episode, but coming up over the next 3 episodes, I'm going to be taking a look at the Evoke line and letting you know what I make of them and which one I think's the best in the lineup. So make sure you tune in to find out all about these over the next few days. And as always, if you've got any value from this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. It is always great to hear your opinions and your thoughts and your critiques on all of the fragrances that feature in these reviews, so don't forget to keep your comments coming down in the comments section. So once again, thank you very much for tuning into this episode. Stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye bye for now.